voice. Let's keep it real with AM. Let's go. Real talk, raw facts. We don't move slow. She cut through the drama like a blade to the noise. Southern Belle with the truth. Don't play with the voice. Ay, let's keep it real with AM. Let's go. Real talk, raw facts. We don't move slow. She cut through the drama like a blade to the noise. Southern Belle with the truth. Don't play with the voice. We talk fake friends, side dudes, heartbreak too. Baby mamas, baby daddies, nothing off the menu. She ain't scared to speak it, now she built for the flame. Say your name without say your name, if it's smoke, it's the same. Energy loud, teeth stay hot. Truth hit different when it land on the spot. So fix your face, don't flinch, don't scam. It's the queen of real talk, yeah, that's AM. Let's keep it real with AM. Let's go, real talk, raw facts. We don't move slow. She cut through the drama like a blade to the noise. Southern Belle with the truth, don't play with the voice. Ay, let's keep it real with AM. Let's go, real talk, raw facts. We don't move slow. She cut through the drama like a blade to the noise. Southern Belle with the truth, don't play with the voice.
What's up, y'all? Come on in, hit that like button, y'all. It's breaking news. Trump waterhead ass done sat here and struck. What's up, Auntie? Thank you for that gift. Trump waterhead ass done sat here and struck Iran. All right. Y'all president, the man that y'all love so much, then struck Iran. Now, we arguing and stuff on YouTube, Facebook, all that stuff, y'all. But this is the real stuff we should be talking about, is what's going on in this world and how our so-called president is ruining. And let's listen to some of this.
Exploding in Doha, the capital of Qatar. It's part of the retaliation from Iran after the U.S. and Israel launched a massive and ongoing military campaign across Iran. U.S. embassies across the region are now telling Americans to shelter in place, and just in, the State Department is now urging all U.S. citizens in Lebanon to get out while commercial options are still available. Let's go live right now to CNN's Paula Hancock, who's joining us from Abu Dhabi. Paula, you and your teams are hearing new explosions where you are all the time, right?
Yes, Wolf, there was another wave of incoming missiles, or at least we heard the blasts of what we assume to be the interceptions by the defense here in the UAE. This has been happening for hours now, so we're certainly seeing no let-up in the retaliation from Iran. We've heard from the Ministry of Defense here in Abu Dhabi saying that they have been intercepting missiles. They also say that one person has been killed by falling debris after an interception. We've seen images of smoke near the Al Dhafra base here in Abu Dhabi as well. So potentially not all of those missiles were intercepted, but we're certainly seeing no let-up in this retaliation. We've seen it as well in Doha, in Qatar. They just recently had another wave of incoming missiles. Officials there saying that they are intercepting them as they come in. There are shelter-in-place orders across the Gulf nations. Airspace has been closed, we know, in Bahrain, where the U.S. Navy's Fifth Fleet is based, that they have been targeted as well. And the same in Kuwait. We have heard reports in Jordan as well. There is anger as well as concern amongst these Gulf nations that they have become targets themselves. Many of them had said to the United States they were unable to use their bases if they were going to strike Iran. They had said that their airspace must not be used, as well as they wanted to put some distance between themselves and what the US president was ultimately going to decide to do. We've heard statements, for example, from Saudi Arabia saying that they give the strongest condemnation of this blatant and cowardly Iranian attacks, also pointing out that there have been incoming into Riyadh and the eastern province.
He took us the damn war.
A flagrant violation of its national sovereignty. The UAE condemning and.
If you are very upset with what Trump has done today, please hit a 1 in the chat. If you are upset with what Trump did, if you think that Trump did the right thing, hit a 2. Me personally, I think that the Bible is being fulfilled and Trump did the wrong thing. I'm sorry, but the Bible is being fulfilled.
denouncing this as well in the strongest terms, the blatant Iranian missile attacks. So there is concern in these Gulf nations who are unaccustomed to this level of intense missile attack. But there is also anger that they have found themselves on the receiving end of this as well. Remember back in June when the US and Israel carried out those strikes on the nuclear facilities in Iran. It was Qatar only that was targeted, and that one was fairly restrained. That is not the case now.
You think this is dramatically in the next few days and maybe next few weeks going to dramatically escalate this war?
I think it has the potential of doing so, Wolf. And, what you're seeing is a very large Iranian response. And I think, it's going to be interesting to get the military assessment from places like CENTCOM to see if they had anticipated this kind of a reaction from the Iranians. They clearly anticipated some of that by evacuating some troops from some of these bases that you've mentioned in the Persian Gulf region. But I don't know if they've really anticipated the magnitude of this, because it looks like, we're looking at several hundred, if not a series of 1,000 drones heading toward Israel, and potentially other targets as well. And if you add that, couple that with missiles that the Iranians still have, it could be a fairly substantial response. The question then would be, though, what kind of follow-up will the Iranians have?
How effective is that Iron Dome anti-missile system that Israel has over the whole country in dealing with a lot of drones coming in from Iran?
This is what the Iranians are trying to do, Wolf. The Iron Dome system was not built for drones. It does have some modifications that have been made to it to work on the drone problem. But the problem is that with a swarm of drones, it's going to overwhelm most.
Okay, so protect your peace. For the ones that don't know, it's breaking news. Trump has put USA in war with Iran. He bombed Iran. So now we are at war. Prayers for our military men. This is one of the reasons why I am not so big on my son going to the military. I don't want him fighting for this white country, for the white man. Okay, but if he decides to go that way, I'm not going to be mad, but I really don't want him fighting for this white man country. Okay, so we are at war because of orange waterhead Trump.
Radars that are associated with the Iron Dome. And that's why not only do they have the Iron Dome, but the other elements of the Israeli air and missile defense systems like the Arrow system and David Sling, but also the Aegis systems that the U.S. Navy brings in. And those are sitting off the coast of Israel right now, and they are supposed to help with this. Let's see how effective they are this time. They were highly effective in June. Let's see how effective they are now.
Joining me now is CNN national security analyst Alex Plitzis. Alex, let's start right where Wolf left off. Explosions over Bahrain. The Iranians hit the U.S. Navy's 5th Fleet Service Center.
Yes, that's what I was saying.
Over UAE, both Dubai and Abu Dhabi, over Jordan, Kuwait, other states there in the region. Just put into context the.
So it was breaking news. They killed the supreme leader. His name is, hold on, I was just trying to say his name. Iran's Ayatollah Allah, whatever. They killed him, y'all. So y'all know we are at war. Can y'all hear me on the other live? Are y'all able to hear me through YouTube that way? Are y'all able to hear me? Malish, come the other way. Come through the other way, Malish, on YouTube StreamYard so I can drop the link for you. Thank you. Thank you, Haley. Hey, I'm showing my support. I'm not feeling well today. Took sleep meds, so I'm going to take a nap. I hope you feel better, boo.
The scope of the response from the Iranians and what you glean from how they've responded and how quickly.
So it's clear that they were prepared for counterstrikes to a certain extent, given that they reacted fairly quickly in the middle of the night to the strikes, because in the 12-day war, they took a little bit of time to respond as they regained command and control and determined what assets that they had left. And they took 5 days to respond after Qasem Soleimani was assassinated. So this is clear that there had been some pre-planning that was done. And as you mentioned, the countries that were attacked here specifically are where we have specific bases. So in Kuwait, we have Ali Al Salim Air Force Base. In the UAE, we have Al Dhafra Air Base, about 20 miles south of Abu Dhabi. In Bahrain, we have the Fifth Fleet that's based out of there. In Doha, we happen to have nearby Al Udeid Air Force Base. It's not only the Air Force Base, but also the forward headquarters for U.S. Central Command. So all of those locations are strategic U.S. military bases in the region.
I'm joined now by Daniel Shapiro. He's the former U.S. ambassador to Israel. Ambassador Shapiro, thanks so much for joining us. I understand you are now in a shelter in Tel Aviv. Well, what caused you and your associates to go to this shelter? What happened?
Thanks for having me, Wilf. So early this morning, for the first time, siren sounded, and where I was staying, we all rushed to a shelter. That's now happened about 7 or 8 times
What you
today
think about this, Malish?
So I knew it was coming, and I'm gonna tell you why. So when he first started his campaign and he won, he wanted, I knew when he was walking with them folks what was coming, because they want to take over and make it a resort. That's the plan. And that's what he want to do, because he wants to make money from that resort.
Yeah.
So I've been hearing people say that in the early 2000s, it was totally different when it happened 9/11. And what they're saying is Iran is a little more tech, have a little more stuff. From what I'm understanding, they got some people that America allies are not allies no more. They have their allies. So I don't know how this gonna go, because he been wanting to war with folks for a minute.
Yes, he has been picking and poking.
Yep, he wanted because he know he could try to stop the primary and he can't get out of office. And also with the 13-year-old, there was a document about him and a 13-year-old that just dropped last night. And he did this then when it came out. Pam Bondi can't protect him anymore. So now it's, I have to do this. I have to do that. Because he know he's losing. Most of these red states are turning blue because they want him gone. They don't want the Republicans to run anything because, let's be honest, there is no Department of Education. They're targeting childcare, and they also are trying to take away people that are seniors, take away their insurance. One lady said she couldn't even afford her medicine, and she's been hungry for days.
So yeah, that's crazy.
He's thinking about money in his pocket and his friends. He's also mad because he tried to get the oil. That didn't work. Tariffs, he couldn't do that. It's a lot of stuff that he tried to do, he couldn't. So when he found out, I already knew this was coming also, because he had the SAVE Act, where you had to have your birth certificate and your social security card. They said no, because that's against the constitutional rights. Well, he say, I'm still going to have my way. And I knew he was going to do this. And think about it. He only does this on weekends because he know he has to go through Congress and senators. He doesn't go through them people. He just do what he want to do. And the kids, it was an all-girls school that got hit by that missile.
Yeah, a lot of people did. And a lot of people are. His what was it called? What was it? Project
2025.
Horrible.
Yeah.
Hey, Sexy Ray.
It's a lot that he's doing that is not, he's doing treason. And he know if he get them people out and who gonna come in, that's it. He's out. His whole administration. Like, they're knocking them down.
Yeah.
So it was coming. It was coming. This is his thing because he knew he was gonna lose. And another thing, y'all, when y'all go vote for y'all governor, his name is on.
Who's Trump's?
Yes, they trying to get him out the door.
Wow. They're
trying to, because from what I heard, I've been reading up on a lot of people saying that Iran got a hit out on him. So I don't know how this gonna go.
I can believe that. Hey, Strawberry.
They want him so bad. They want him bad. So I don't know. This is not good.
It's not.
They can retaliate anytime.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so everybody that's on through YouTube, the regular way, y'all need to work y'all way over here to the YouTube through YouTube StreamYard, because I'm getting ready to close this one out. On YouTube, the one that's through YouTube itself, y'all need to come on over here to StreamYard, because I'm getting ready to close this one out. Okay, y'all? What's up, T? You know we going to war. We at war. Our soldiers is at war, T.
And we barely got any soldiers. So I'm
telling you.
This is a mess. We are canned. We're canned. I say rally up the people that supported him. Rally them up. Take them on over.
That's what I say.
Because we can. We don't have any of them. What?
You didn't know
Sandra,
that?
we just
I
got
didn't
this
see
in
that. No.
minutes ago.
Yeah.
Fox News.
That's what I was saying.
Iran's supreme
he's
leader,
trying to take over Cuba. Cuba don't have any food and resources right now.
Israeli strikes against his compound and location earlier today.
Oh, man, this is
senior
bad.
Israeli official confirming this news. Earlier tonight, Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu describing the strikes not only against the supreme leader, but against much of the Iranian leadership. We know the breakdown in strikes focused on leadership for the Israelis and military targets initially for the Americans, and has since expanded as this campaign is expected to continue in the days and possibly even weeks ahead. As we're looking at the current situation across the region, we're also gathering new information on what the Israelis have been doing against Iran. We are told from a military official that the largest Israeli Air Force sortie against any country in the world was conducted this morning with 200 Israeli fighter jets targeting 500 different locations, dropping hundreds of munitions on a variety of different targets inside of Iran. The Israelis, while they were going after leadership, were also looking to neutralize the incoming ballistic missile fire that has targeted their country throughout the day. Sirens sounded across Israel throughout the afternoon, sending millions of people into bomb shelters. But again, the takeaway here, the Israelis have killed Iran's supreme leader. That is being confirmed to Fox News by a senior Israeli official. John, Sandra?
Okay, so Trey, you're obviously breaking that news for us just now. We'll be looking for reaction, obviously, on the ground in Iran and all over the Middle East region.
Oh, my God.
Absolutely. This is a major blow to the Iranian regime. Iran's supreme leader, the Ayatollah Khamenei, was not a figurehead. He was the man in charge of decisions as it relates to Iran's nuclear program, their expanding ballistic missile program, the hardline positions that made it impossible for the Americans to reach a diplomatic solution with the Iranians. And that led to a variety of conversations behind the scenes. And I can also report, having just gotten off of a background call with a U.S. official, that there were attempts made by the Trump administration, really olive branches given to the Iranians at the negotiating table, asking them to find a solution on the nuclear issue. These other issues, their ballistic missile program, their support of regional proxies, and even the crackdown on protesters, the Trump administration initially was willing to ignore those issues in order to get an agreement together on the nuclear program. And they simply were not willing to come to the table with reasonable demands. And despite the efforts by top negotiators that were sent to Oman and to Switzerland, whether it be Special Envoy Steve Witkoff or President Trump's son-in-law, Jared Kushner, who we know have been working across the region around the clock over the past year, not just on this issue, but also to get a ceasefire in Gaza and implement the new Board of Peace to create stability in the region. The understanding was that the Iranian regime and the supreme leader himself, these were the last hurdles for the region between stability and instability. And this decision was made overnight by President Trump and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to launch these extensive strikes across Iran in order to neutralize that threat. President Trump overnight, when he made those remarks, said there could be American casualties. This is going to be a difficult fight because no war is easy, despite the fact that by tomorrow, the Israelis believe they will have air superiority over the skies of Iran. But we have seen the Iranian response today, not just here in Israel, with the ballistic missile fire targeting major population centers, including Jerusalem, Tel Aviv, and Haifa, but also Gulf countries, Bahrain, the UAE, and Qatar. A regional diplomat telling Fox News this evening that 8 people were injured in Qatar during one of the attacks. One of them is in critical condition. And so there are serious consequences to this counterattack by Iran.
Heck yeah.
Again, tonight, the news that is breaking across the region, Iran's supreme leader, the Ayatollah Khamenei, according to a senior Israeli official, has been killed.
So, Trey, if that report from the senior Israeli official is correct, the big question is what comes next. The Ayatollah was 86 years old. I imagine that in the theocracy of Iran, they have got clerics lined up to take that position in the same way that they have planes lined up over Ben Gurion on the landing approach. So what does that mean for the future there in terms of the theocracy if that were to continue?
Israel is looking east right now to the threat from Iran, but they're also looking north and south. Iran's largest proxies are Hezbollah, the Lebanese militant group in southern Lebanon, and the Houthis in Yemen. Hezbollah, according to an intelligence official I spoke to recently, still has thousands of rockets and missiles, and around half of them are within range of Israeli cities. And this is a serious threat still posed to Israel, despite the fact that the Israelis have degraded and destroyed much of the Hezbollah arsenal. It still poses a threat to Israel. You might remember, as we reported throughout the past 2.5 years, the Israelis decapitated the head of Hezbollah, Hassan Nasrallah, with a strike in the Dakhya neighborhood of southern Beirut. They went after the missile launching positions we saw on the ground there in southern Lebanon as the Israelis meticulously moved field by field and cave by cave to go after these positions that had been dug into the sides of mountains. But despite those efforts, this is an organization that had decades of support from the Iranian regime, and they were able to smuggle in missiles and rocket components that now make up what is left of that arsenal. And while it is a smaller arsenal than before, it is a threat. And Hezbollah in the past, just the past several days, has...
I wonder if Jeannie will come do some commentary on this.
...said that if Iran's supreme leader was targeted, they would get directly involved in this war. And so that is where Israel is focused right now. As it relates to the situation on the ground in Iran, we do have to step back amid all of this military action and these serious decisions that were made by President Trump and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. There is still an understanding about how the structure...
Okay, let me show y'all something else.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we
Syria, possibility of Russia and China are they allies?
Yep.
That's not good.
This what White been talking about. Where's she at? This what White been talking about.
And I've been telling y'all, Russia and Trump are not in a good place right now either. China say whatever they want to do.
We're also getting more information about the attack itself.
What you were saying, Malisha? I was
China said whatever they want to do, they ready for it. And Russia and what's his name? They're not in a good place.
Let's see this right here.
He got to go.
ABC News hearing that the strikes involve a mix of U.S. aircraft, Tomahawk, cruise missiles fired from U.S. Navy ships. We know there's been a huge military buildup in the region with 2 aircraft carrier strike groups and hundreds of aircraft, more than 30,000 U.S. troops there, and more were on the way. And we are seeing the results of it right now. I want to bring in Mary Bruce, our chief White House correspondent, because Mary, we know that there's been sort of this buildup throughout the week. We know President Trump was briefed at the White House earlier this week by top military officials, but the signals kept coming that perhaps there could be some kind of limited strike that would help and leverage in these negotiations. That is not what we're seeing here. The president calling this major military operations, Mary.
With the president saying that this is a massive and ongoing operation, and he is vowing that it is going to decimate Iran's military. It's going to raise, that's the word he said, raise Iran's nuclear program, and of course now calling for the Iranians to overthrow the government. Now, the president had been stressing in the run-up to this his preference for a diplomatic solution, but obviously tensions had also been escalating, and it's not clear exactly what in the last 24 hours ultimately led the president to make this decision, but it was increasing increasingly clear that his patience with these ongoing nuclear talks was running thin. I mean, the president coming out here yesterday afternoon, speaking to reporters and saying that he was, quote, not happy with how negotiations were going. When it comes to the president's rationale for this huge campaign now, the president, as you noted, says that these are necessary strikes to defend Americans against an imminent threat. But he has not provided any clear evidence of that. And so the real big remaining question here is why now? And the president, we have asked, other reporters have been pressing for weeks, the president and the White House, why additional strikes would be necessary now, especially given the fact that the president has insisted, continues to insist, that U.S. strikes last spring, quote, obliterated its nuclear program. But there is no question that this is a hugely consequential and pivotal moment for this president, who, of course, promising not to drag the U.S. into more foreign conflicts. And yet now here he is warning that this could go on for some time and that American lives could be lost.
And Mary, on that same point, we know that President Trump has been disappointed with how the negotiations were going, but it was 9 days ago that he gave an ultimatum and gave Iran 15 days to come to a deal. So now it's 9 days, and yet this wide-scale attack.
Yeah, that 15 days wouldn't have run out until this coming Friday. And I think there was a sense that this administration was going to give these talks a little bit more time. Obviously, there were signs that things were getting more serious. Marco Rubio, Secretary Rubio, had been briefing those critical Hill leaders on the potential of additional strikes. The president clearly growing more frustrated. Also keep in mind that Prime Minister Netanyahu was here at the White House not long ago, meeting with the president, presumably making his case for how these strikes could unfold. So things certainly were pointing towards this direction, but the timing and the scope of this is what is particularly, I think, surprising. I mean, the president certainly has been against these kind of prolonged conflicts. In fact, he said just yesterday that, you know, there is always a risk that this could turn into a lengthy engagement. But we also heard from the vice president, J.D. Vance, who said there is no chance that the U.S. would get into some kind of years-long conflict. Now, it's too soon to say how this will play out, but this is dramatically different from the kinds of more limited targeted strikes that we saw in Operation Hammer last spring.
Yeah, and as we've heard many times, it's easy to start a war. It's a lot more difficult to end one. So we'll see how this plays out, especially with so many different countries in the region now involved. Let's bring in our Chief Global Affairs anchor, Martha Raddatz, joining us now from Washington. Martha, I know that you've been to Iran many times. The state of play has definitely changed in that country. They've been weakened dramatically. Their proxies as well throughout the region. But what do you make of their response right now? Because we are seeing some of these retaliatory strikes against other Arab countries in the Middle East.
Well, those retaliatory strikes were almost immediate, Whit. They clearly knew that President Trump was probably very close to launching some kind of attack on Iran. His rhetoric over the past few weeks, and they have seen what he has done in the past, of course, last summer in June when he launched those strikes as well. But I think the retaliation so far compared to last June is lesser. It is a frightening response. We've got these missiles aimed at U.S. bases and these Arab countries. But last summer in June, they launched about 500 missiles and more than 1,000 drones into Israel. So I would not be surprised if their retaliation increases or lasts for several days themselves. We don't know exactly what they're doing. And of course, the supreme leader and the president there in Iran, Donald Trump said he wants regime change. We don't know the fate of the supreme leader or the president at this point. Iran seems to say they're fine, but we'll have to see about that. Iran has been deeply penetrated over the years by presumably Israel. I have seen on the ground over many years the actions that Israel has taken. Nuclear scientists have been blown up in their cars in these very exact operations, placing explosives on the side of their cars. So they've gone after the nuclear scientists. They've gone after the nuclear program. But despite what Donald Trump says about it being obliterated, there's still enriched uranium, and they do believe they're restarting this. We have seen no evidence of that. Just in the State of the Union, the president said they obliterated the nuclear program last summer. Clearly, he does not believe that is the case now or wouldn't have taken this action. Also, he was presented with numerous options by the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. That is the job of the chairman, to present the president with numerous actions. This seems to be the most extreme, looking for regime change. He could have done a limited strike. He could have done a limited strike while they were negotiating.
And text the wrong person about the war a long time ago anyway when they got in office. So my thing is, why you wait till now? Because Monday is primary. All your little puppets about to be out the door. So you that upset that you had to go and do this?
Mm-hmm.
Now everybody's life is in danger because they've been taking enough from and then you walking with the man. That makes it worse. The man been over here. They coming up with stuff to try to take over Africa.
Mm-hmm.
Cuba ain't got no gas, no oil. They can't make their money. Ooh. This isn't good.
Y'all, we in trouble.
This isn't good.
Right now, y'all better be holding on to them Bibles.
The way I see it, the only way for us to get out of this, continue.
The Lord got to come back again and get us all.
Mm-hmm. And keep voting. Go make sure y'all are first in. I don't care if y'all got to go early. They got to go. They got to go. They got to go.
But you know what? Even the ones that voted for Trump this go round, they are punching a lot of them are punching themselves in the face.
Yes.
They're punching. They is so mad with this man. I don't know why they went and voted for him again, because when he first won election or whatever, and then the coronavirus came and it was time for them people were the same people that voted for him was so mad with him because the coronavirus and how they had lost so many family members to that virus. People was losing their family members to this stuff, and everything is the government. So they started to hate Trump. So when they voted for Biden, but then within the 4 years, they hated Biden. So then they said, "Oh, I'm gonna give Trump another try."
Yeah, but see, he the reason why Biden was trying to really clean it up.
Yeah,
he really couldn't because it was already
a mess.
Right, and now whoever come in behind him, behind his administration, because I believe they all finna be out the door.
Well, Trump was trying to get it to where he'd be the president until he died.
No, that's why. Yeah, and a lot of people is like, He's so mad that all his Republican friends that he endorsed for this campaign are losing. They're losing. And this is the first time I've seen Texas, and I have heard since I heard it was back in the 80s they were blue. The whole state is flipping. They even willing his wheelchair out. They say he got to go. So
you say in Texas?
Mm-hmm. It's going to become a state. And he know it. That's it. Texas is the biggest one. Yeah, they say he got to go. Him and his homies, they got to go. Yeah. Our tax dollars going towards.
Oh, it's finna go up.
Yeah, parties, and all this stuff he want. What else? 2 million, 2 jets for agents. We can't send it. That's our tax dollars right there. So now our taxes are really finna be a problem because guess what? They saying that the cost that they looking at is $1 trillion. We already about to be in debt. He done sent majority of $1 billion or $2 billion to Argentina.
To me, Trump runs the country like the businessman that he is.
Yeah.
He don't run it like a politician.
It's gonna cost him. He finna be, whoo. You got all these people don't like you, including America right now. Yeah, he might as well just go ahead, take that L and go on by his business. Because at this point, it ain't gonna work. It's not. He might as well just say, all right, you know what? I messed up. This is bad. The leader. Well, I guess everybody need to get their dear letters going and their dear videos because we ain't got nothing to do with this. We didn't ask for this, man.
Thank you, Philly Juice. This ain't gonna be a long live. I wanted to make it breaking news, but I'm coming back to talk some shit.
Oh yeah, my sister. Listen, protect your peace. Texas is tired. I never seen so many people. There were lines. They are ready to. They like, we gotta go. Nah, he gotta go. Him and gotta go. Yeah, they weren't playing. They have been voting. He's doing whatever he can to mess up these votes, because if he let me tell y'all who run the House and senators are Republicans. You got Rubber Stillskin with the glasses on that do everything he say and try to swindle everybody, because he is due man too. So a lot of Republicans who are now getting into the files, because they have the actual unredacted ones, they are not standing by him, right? Whatever he want, they not saying it. Even Supreme Court is 4 of them that's still on his side. The rest of them say no. So he's realizing he don't have nobody. Now, here's another catch. He was supposed to have his issue with Congress because Hillary Clinton them had theirs as well this week that just ended. He's supposed to go next week and held accountable.
Hey, I am there.
Trying to avoid stepping up in there, because the same way they did Pam Bondi is the same way they're gonna do him, and he don't want to go.
Yeah.
So it's the best thing to do is vote, get him out, because him and Eyeliner Boy.
Trump fucking up, because he already all through the Epstein files.
Yes.
You know, messing with minors allegedly and all kinds of stuff. Now he done did this. Who wants this man to represent us as a country?
Nobody.
Please tell me.
Nobody. A lot of people are not standing beside him. Even the people that voted for him are trying to get him out. It's bad. Like, ain't nobody standing next to him at all. Nobody but the people, his administration, they about to be gone. Their jobs are up for grabs. So it's like Republicans run the House and the Congress. They want this to happen. Now they finna be upset because that's going to touch their money. Now that's an extra problem they got to worry about.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. It ain't that much, Nelly, that support them. It's really not. I have seen people, this is not what we voted for, and I didn't want this.
I see that all through TikTok. Do you see that?
Yes, they are upset.
Girl, I see that all through TikTok. I'd be like, well, I be damn.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He already sickly. I don't know why. Ain't nobody, child. Please go heal, sir. Please. We seen that hand.
Y'all, I just wanted to come by and let y'all know that breaking news, Trump done struck again, and this time in the worst way. And we got the leader over there gone. He got killed. And we just in some hot shit over here in the U.S. So y'all pray for the military men, women that have to go fight in this white man country. Y'all keep them in y'all prayers. Keep their family in y'all prayers, because we are officially at war.
Yep. And they finna start drafting. So
if you got boys that's 18, hell, I believe they may take some women, y'all.
Yeah. They just said, it's another breaking news. Hillary Clinton said something. Hold on.
I'm going back to where they got us from, which is Africa.
Oh, Africa said they accept the people. You can get you.
Let me get my shit and go.
You can get you a dual passport. They say come on. They say come home. I seen that too.
Come home.
They say come home. They say you welcome to come home. Yep, that's exactly what they said.
I know a girl. She did on TikTok. This was about 2-3 years ago. She did a review on her going to Africa, and she was like, she was thinking that Africa was going to be like how they have on the movies, how it always looked poor, this, that, third. She said when she got over there, She said she going back to where she came from. She said they should have left us alone.
Yeah,
they came messing with. She said she loved it.
They say they building new. These are some nice big bedrooms, like 4 or 5 and up houses, because they know that they already know that Black Americans will be coming over there. They starting to build them right now. They almost done with some of them. They ain't playing. Ghana say you're welcome to come home. You can come for 6 months if you need to or more. Yep, you don't got to have one to go over there. They fine with it. They say that's fine. The only thing that's different is their food. But other than that,
oh yeah, I heard about that food. They said I'll lose some good weight over there.
Yeah, you'll like it over there. I want to
go.
They
said that food nasty.
Their food is not like ours. It's more fresh. So yeah, you have to cook it. Like I say Ghana is nice. One girl stay in Egypt. She say her rent is about $200-300, if that.
Well, I know this lady. She was from Africa and she used to work here. Well, she not with me, but with somebody else. But she used to send over her family $200 and $300 out of her paycheck in Africa every time she got paid, and she said that was like 1,000 or more for them.
Yeah.
Like, huh?
And your house is your house. They don't believe in putting you out. That's yours.
Yeah, I'm going home. Who going home with me?
That's yours. They say they don't believe in putting you out. That's your house. So you ain't got to worry about it. That belongs to you.
Oh, I see what Nellie's saying. Yeah. Bree talking about she moving to Mars.
Thailand is cheap.
Is it?
France. I see a lot of girls going to France. They love France for some reason. It's nice. A lot of people was in Cuba and Mexico. After what's going on, they gotta leave.
Gotta leave, yeah.
And Mexico is cheap. Yeah. Cuba too. So yeah, he just, man, it's getting a mess. I hit a jet, so I guess he leaving now. Why the heck you decided to come over here? He could have stayed gone. Anybody asked him here and go to Nasty Whataburger? No, nobody want that. But
Whataburger is good.
He just, but yeah, they saying the voter turnout for Texas is huge.
I can believe it. Protector P said she voted.
Yeah. It's huge. I was shocked. I say, wait a minute. All these with the way Texas healthcare is too, he should have been never sitting in that seat. You got him and lazy fat boy. That's what I call him. Because the only time we see him is when he eat or when he running from Texas, and he's supposed to be the senator. He got to go too. He don't do nothing. He don't do a goddamn thing. Like, and then you got this one rolling around thinking he run the world. I'm about sick of him too. I thought he was a midget. I'm not finna lie. I thought Abbott was a midget. Cruz, yes. Ted, I can't stand Ted Cruz. I can't stand him. I can't stand him. He don't do anything. He like Mark Rubio. They only come out when they feel like it's good to look good. That's it. I noticed that with them. He's horrible. Cruz is horrible.
Yeah.
Cruz and Abbott are horrible. Abbott said that he didn't want the kids to protest, and if they protest, he gonna defund the schools. How you gonna tell these kids what to do? That's their right.
That's their right, you know.
I'm sick of it. Yeah, he called himself Hot Wheels. I thought he was a midget. I really did. I thought he was. I never forget. I told my sister, I say, he a midget. My sister say, no, girl, he in a wheelchair. I say, oh. I felt bad when I see the roll off. I say, oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he nasty. He's very disgusting. Very. He's a nasty old man. But yeah, I mean, we got to see what's gonna happen, y'all.
Cause y'all know Malish gonna keep y'all updated. Y'all know I ain't.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk more about it because there's a lot of other stuff going on too. That is happening behind the scenes that a lot of people are talking about. And you know, Abbott was spending millions of dollars because he don't want Jasmine Crockett to win.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, so, I know. Now I heard about that.
He could forget about that because they was like, So, but yeah, all I can say is vote, and please, it's a thing that's gonna be on there. I gotta find the code for it. I'm gonna talk about it Sunday or Monday, but it's about taking away your freedom of speech to be on platforms and to talk about it. They want if people vote yes, they don't have the freedom of speech to talk about it. They gotta act like it's non-existent.
Yeah.
And I think that should not happen because that is our freedom of speech. We can, as long as we're not harming nobody. So
right.
But you know, hey, like I always say, we cannot be MLK in this situation. You got to be Malcolm. Sometimes that's best. Yeah.
Well, all right, girl. I'm gonna get off. I'm getting ready to get off. I will be right back live. With the messy live, so at least probably won't be this one, but I'm gonna be right back as soon as I end that one. I'm coming back, so y'all get ready. Bye, y'all.
I'll be watching.
Okay.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.